Well, hi everyone. Welcome back to Michael's Musings. I am author Michael A. Jacob. I write gender shifter social sci-fi with a little bit of romance and a touch of gore. And on this channel, I talk about my books, some of my writing, the different chapters in my series. And this is kind of like a part two, because part one I did book one of my Curve of Humanity series, and now we're going to be diving into my core series, and book one is this one, Core Confliction. This is my hot mess space drama, and this series kind of asks, what in the world were they thinking? Because every character, they say they're a hot mess, and how they're going to get out of this situation. Because they always find themselves in craziness. Yes, I'm wearing a sweater. It's freezing in my house right now. The AC is kicking on. We have central air, but it is 102 degrees outside. Like, literally took my breath away. So yes, I'm doing videos inside the coolness of my abode in my cardigan, shivering. But anyway, so these are going to be short and sweet little videos. Core book one, it's got like really tiny chapters. There's a lot of them, so I'm gonna probably combine a few together. And as I said, we're gonna start off with characters, and then after the characters, then I'll kind of like dive into like the nitty gritty of the world and all the different things that go on in there. Last time we talked about Charles, he's kind of our main character. He's kind of a weird guy, like I said, but this time we're talking about Jared, and Jared is, how can I put it? He's kind of like, he's really quiet, kind of like Charles, but he's more of a skeptic. He doesn't really, he doesn't really what's the word I'm looking for? Accept things, unless it's like right there, like in his face, and even then sometimes not so much. So with Jared, well, he's androgynous. He's very, like the first time Charles, actually met him, he was kind of like, oh, what a, that's kind of a scrawny woman. She's kind of tall. She doesn't have much going on. I'm like, yeah, that's a dude. But he's just kind of, he keeps to himself. He doesn't wear anything outlandish or anything. He's very, he wears kind of drab clothes. Unlike Klein, who is one of those just run of the mill ordinary guys that would blend into a crowd. Jared, even when he's wearing like drab clothes, he kind of stands out. So I don't know why I have him in drab clothes, but yeah, that's how that is. But in the previous chapter, in chapter one, after the bizarre fight scene in the strip mall, Jared is, we saw him catatonic on the bench. he's kind of like, what the hell is going on? And then his German Shepherd, of course, turns into a man beast. So there he is, snatched up by a man beast and swept into a vortex. And yeah, he's totally out of it. He's like, okay, I say he doesn't take anything until he sees it, but then when he sees it, I mean, he saw a dog morph into something, and he's just like, okay, something was in the pizza. We've been drugged. Something's going on, because this is not right. So they land on another planet. They land on New Lhasa. And the first few days, he's still in shock. He's in and out of consciousness. He's just kind of like, nope, I'm not dealing with this. I don't know what this is. No, we're not doing it. But finally he kind of comes to his senses, and he's like, okay, this obviously ain't, this is not, nope, ain't Earth. Even though at the same time he's still kind of skeptical. He goes, this might be some other weird plot, but he's like, yeah, but no, pretty sure this is not, this ain't Earth. And so he's walking around, and he sees the old lady from the pizza parlor, because you look at her, it's like, she's got the gray curly hair and whatnot, but face not so much. Face pretty young. He's like, wait, that's weird. And he he's like, okay, what's going on? And she kind of like gives him this spiel, so he is not taking what this lady from the pizza parlor is throwing down at him. He's like, wait a minute. She talks about, well, our race, our souls are in cores, and we can take them out, swap them out, if anything happens to, like, our original bodies and and he's like, okay, sounds like some weird sci-fi crap. All right. The vessels, that's what the flesh part of the body is called. They call them vessels. He's just not buying it, even though he's looking, and he's like, yes, this is not Earth. I get it. But, first of all, what am I doing here? What's going on? And so she finally says, look, you are the leaders, you're part of the cabinet for our leader. Leader of our race has disappeared. We're trying to get him back. You're part of his cabinet. So we're trying to get all of his people back onto the planet, get them their original cores back, get their memories back. Because as I remember telling you that Charles is an amnesiac, well, so are they. They have no idea who they really are. They thought they're just some regular drug dealing humans. And so he finally finds out, okay, fine. So they give him his original core, and, it gets absorbed into him, and he gets all his memories back. And he's not quite happy because, well, it's partly Charles's fault. the things that have gone down, but Jared is a shifter, an alien shifter. So when Jared gets his core back, he's actually a female and the strategist for their planet. And it's like, oh, okay, because not only does the person get their original memories back, but they also have the memories of whatever life they were living beforehand as well. And so those two members combined, and yeah, Jared, who's now called Jaren, Jaren's pissed. And he's like, yeah, we need to get our leader back because I got some words. I got some words. So, it gets more complicated, of course, as it goes, because, the leader, who is, Charles, he's got some explaining to do. And yeah, and they're cousins. He finds that out. He's like, they're cousins, and he's like, oh great. Not only is he responsible for all this mess we've got ourselves into, but he's actually of my bloodline, and that just makes it all the more complicated. So I know it's weird. Yeah, I'm just kind of like, yes, notes. I know. I always got my notes because I try to stay on track. for all these things, when you write 3 different series, it gets some things get in the wind, and you just kind of like, wait, which character is this? What planet is this? So yeah, I have to have notes. I would love to do this on the fly and have that kind of brain, but I don't. I'm sorry. So that is Jared. We are going to hit next the rest, some more characters, because they're so much fun, because they're a hot mess. Oh god, sorry. I'll drink some water later. So that's it. That's all I got for Jared. If you like these shorts, because yes, there's gonna be many of them. I like little debates. Maybe not so sweet debates. We can dive into some deeper stuff, if you will. If you like this, please hit the like button. And subscribe if you want to see more of these. And of course, still, if you haven't looked at Curve of Humanity, those are all up and done. And let's see, anything else? Yeah, I do love feedback, but I ask that you be, considerate. Ask questions. Feel free to make comments. Engage. Be respectful. Don't spam. Please don't spam. And yeah, next video we're going to talk about 2 characters, because they come together. Sarah and Klein. They're a lot of fun too. So hopefully I see you again. And yeah. May the universe grant all that you desire. And if it is sweltering infernal weather where you're at, stay inside. And yeah, fans, air conditioning, what have you. Stay hydrated. Please. See you next time. Bye.